Fast and Furious. Oh, how you complicate me. Hello everyone, my name is Ryan Cam, and welcome to my review for Fast and Furious. This movie was directed by Justin Lin, it was released in 2009, and it was the first movie since the first which reunited Vin Diesel, Paul Walker, and pretty much every cast member that we had already known, with the exception of Shane from Tokyo Drift. After the events of The Fast and the Furious, Dom has basically been hiding out in South America, pretty much living his life a quarter mile at a time. He does the odd heist here and there, but he is pretty much content. But then he learns his former girlfriend Letty, played by Michelle Rodriguez, was killed, so he returns stateside, and he has a very tense reunion with Brian, who has since rejoined the FBI and is now on the hunt of a Mexican drug lord. Fast and Furious is a weird beast. It's so weird. On the one hand, it's understandable why it was made. This movie was basically made to tie up all the loose ends from the first three movies and then provide a bridge to move on to the rest of the series. But at the same time, it's a bit of a rocky bridge, to say the least. What makes Fast and Furious the worst of the Fast and Furious movies is that it's the most boring. Even Too Fast, Too Furious, which you can make the argument as being one of the worst of the series, even though it's one of my guilty pleasures, at least it had an air of fun about it. This movie just feels like a soap opera. Now I understand why they went this route, because you have to basically air out 5 years in movie time of unpacked baggage. I respect that. But it's not really done all that well. It's just a bunch of scenes where they could all be summed up like this. You're a bad person. Yes. And that's pretty much it. But they go on for a long time. In every Fast and Furious movie leading up to this one, there was always a moment where it was like, whoa, this is getting dark. But because the movies had been fun so far, the change in tone was welcome. But in Fast and Furious, the tone was dark throughout, and any moment of fun was welcome. And that's not what these movies are about. They are fun first, then serious second. The best scene in the entire movie is the opening heist. Not only does it prove that, hey, Lon and Dom did ride together, proving the connection from the end credit scene of Tokyo Drift, but it's a pretty damn good heist to say the least. If Brian was on the trail of Dom and they just found each other along the heist, it would have been interesting. But it feels like the movie just regressed, and now we've got another baddie we gotta go after that's sneaking away drugs or doing something illegal. It's like we went from Tokyo Drift, a pretty effective personal story to say the least, to another drug lord. It's like we regressed instead of progressed. And that's really all I can say about Fast and Furious. There are a couple of good scenes here and there, the opening scene being a highlight, and there are a couple of other scenes that are actually pretty effective in the acting department, but really everyone is just like, alright, let's make this serious, let's try and just turn this into a soap opera. And that's not what these Fast and Furious movies are all about. I am going to give it a forgettable rating. I want to give it a good rating because of the opening action scene, but really, that is the most entertaining of the entire movie. I can't give it a horrid because it is legitimately shot very good. There are some good acting moments. So on the whole, it has that going for it. I just wasn't impressed by Fast and Furious. Like I said in the intro, this was an important movie though, because it basically closed up everything that had been established in 1 through 3 and was about to kick off the rest of the series, which took the Fast and Furious movies and took it to the stratosphere. But that's all for me, guys. My name is Ryan Cam, and I'll see you in the next one.